We played a team tonight that is nobody, in my opinion, in the country better than. I mean, they're good. They're good in so many different ways. And they're obviously well coached, and they can run body after body after body on you and not lose and usually gain a step when they go to the bench. Effort and energy and playing hard were no issue. Making baskets and getting enough baskets were the issue. We made a nice run to start the second half, cut it to 4, and like really good teams do, really good teams, they took a hard hit, took a left hand to the head, but came back themselves with a 1-2-3 on us to get 8 straight points and a 13-2 run to push it right back up to where it was. So the fight was there. We just weren't quite good enough. And I'm disappointed, but I'm not ashamed to say they're good. Now our focus and mission is to go home, believe, come back, and get ready to open conference in a league that's very winnable. But a lot of teams can say exactly that same thing. Any questions?
Coach, the body language from Zion and Jeremy when they came in here was night and day from the Grand Canyon game, even though it was still the same result. Did you get that feel in the locker room that the players were still able to take something away from tonight?
We've lost three home games. I think we lost 3 home games the last 3 years. So it doesn't feel good. There's got to be resolve. I watched the next day Zylan and Jeremy, and I talked about their performance up here in front of the team. That's not how you handle yourself. You pull your back, you express disappointment, but you don't hang your head and put a towel over your head and feel sorry for yourself. So I made a very clear point that that's not how I expect you to operate when you come up here. And you learn and you grow. You learn and you grow. When you grow up, and guys like the 2 who were here grow and get better because they care. Sometimes they try too hard. I thought both of them tonight at times tried to go too fast. Zylan a couple of times early just grabbed the ball and attacked to the rim, and Dutch had an inline out of bounds play, a sideline play where Zylan was to keep it, fake a handoff, and all he had to do was turn, and he had a dunk, and he tried to go too fast, and it went out of bounds. But that I know we can control. I'd rather have him that way than someone that says that I have to get in his ear and say, you got to go better, you got to go harder. He goes hard, and that tells me that he cares and will get better. So.
Coach, to your point about learning and growing, are these freshmen maybe growing at all a little quicker than you thought?
No. If you're out there, I don't care how much is on your plate, perform. Or we need to pull you out, and we had to do that a couple times tonight, thought, again, you can't dwell on what happened. You can't have your get too cloudy. They're talented young freshmen, but they're young freshmen that are going through some of these things for the first time against other talented players. And it's growth, it's learning. We need to have the sophomores, juniors, and seniors to help nurture them, even if they're playing more minutes, even if they're taking more shots, to help them through some of those rough patches. And I thought tonight, I thought Skylar and Winston both, in the second half in particular, played like veteran players. Again, they didn't, Winston had a couple at the rim that he didn't finish. You got to get those in. But playing smart and doing smart kinds of things, I thought both of them did.
Could you talk more about the reasons behind putting them back in the starting lineup? And was that just for this game, or is that permanent, or do you not know?
I felt we needed to do something going into this game. And you know, I made a lineup change when we lost. I had a bad loss. We had another bad loss. So it's two seniors who have been starters for a long time, who have been part of championship teams and good runs that I felt could give us some physical, mental stability, toughness, and approach that would be what we needed to do. So that's why I did it.
Did you feel the momentum shift when Jeremy went to the rim there and missed it, and then Winston missed it, and then they went on that 8-0 run? Could you feel it from Kansas?
You gotta, if you're gonna play with a team that's this good, you have to make some of those shots. You have to make. You get in there and you get a layup, you have to make it. You have a tip dunk, you have to make it. Yeah, and we didn't, and you know, it become 2 for us becomes 3 for them, and then all of a sudden it's an avalanche. I've watched enough tape on them. They've done that to almost everyone they've played, where you look up and they've in 2 minutes have got 14 points. So I thought we defended fairly effectively, making them take some hard shots, and we just weren't able to make enough of our own. We got beat by a better team.
What do you think your guys take from this going into conference, considering that, I mean, you, for that first part of the second half, you guys were right there with Kansas?
We talked about opportunity and taking advantage of that. We talked about do your job, know who you are, and we'll continue to talk on that. We've got good players. We've got good players that have to play better. If we're going to be effective in league play, we have to play better. And at times tonight, I saw, yes, this is what we can do. This is what we have to do. Now we have to do it for longer stretches. Have to be able to maintain it for longer stretches. So we'll see. We'll see whether we're able to do that. I think we've got a favorable start to the conference season, two out of the first 3 at home. So we've got to take advantage of that. But we'll see how we are when we come back and as we prepare ourselves for league play.
Coach, there's a lot of hype surrounding Malik Pope coming into the season and kind of up to date. Maybe some people are disappointed with his performance and his minutes have kind of dropped. What's your assessment of his non-conference play?
Who are you talking about?
Malik Pope. Has he come along a little bit more throughout non-conference, or how do you see him going into the conference play?
Malik hasn't played very well. And he knows that. I know that. You don't have to look at the stats. He hasn't. So he's got to play better. He's got to bow his back and say, life ain't easy. But if I get out of the car that's run out of gas and leave the car, then that's not how you do it either. You get up, you dust yourself off, you move on, and you say, help me get better. Help me get better. Help me get better. Help me get better. And that's what we're going to attempt to do with Malik and all of them. But Malik's disappointed in his play so far. He wants to play better. And we need him to play better.